Hello and welcome to Audacity Song Manipulation / Cleanup. Today we are going to complete this assignment. You might need to spend 2 days on it. Audacity Song Manipulation and Cleanup. The steps are to download one of these 5 songs to your desktop. Your choice as to the song. You'll want to right click and save as. So we're going to follow this link. Open link, a new tab. For some reason that's being difficult. Probably because I haven't saved the assignment yet. Ha! Okay, so we've got this song manipulation. We've got 5 songs. We've got Danny Goki, which I'm not sure who he is. I think it's probably country-ish, and he's probably American Idol. Dierks Bentley, country. Miley Cyrus, My House by Flo Rida. Yeah, I like that one. But for some reason, the past several years, kids have been super obsessed with Rick Astley's Never Gonna Give Up. So that's the one we're going to mess with. I'm going to click on it. And I'm going to download it. And it's going to download here. I'm going to say show in folder, and I'm going to move it to my desktop. So all I did was click and drag it to my desktop. Going back to the assignment, then we're going to open Audacity and do a file import audio from the desktop. So start, Audacity. File, import audio. We're going to go from the desktop and we're going to find it. Rick Astley, Never Gonna Give You Up. We're going to open it. Now, it's a stereo track. See stereo right here? So you're going to have 2 wavelengths. This song is also a little over 3 minutes. 3 minutes and 10 seconds, it looks like. Going back to the assignment, it says, so we've opened Audacity, we've imported the file. The first thing we're going to do is audience noise. We're going to cut the audience noise at the beginning and the end. So let's go in and do that. I'm going to hit play. Okay, so the audience noise, and if we zoom in, we can see that much clearer. But watch how fast it moves now. How fast the line that keeps time moves. Okay. Okay, so we can see that it stops, that audience noise stops right in here. So we can cut that. So all I did was highlight it and hit my delete button. Now I'm going to go to the end. And I'll do the same thing with the end. You guys don't need me to show you that. The assignment then says that the length of the song needs to be under 3 minutes. That you can't go over. Well, now, let me zoom back out. It's still a little over 3 minutes. So when I cut that ending, if there's a audience sound at the end, when I cut that and I do a few other cuts, it will it'll be under 3 minutes. So you're going to do additional cuts, either at the chorus section or maybe like a guitar solo section. That way it isn't noticeable. You don't want your cuts to be noticeable. You want it to feel smooth and feel like it's something that has been edited for radio play, for example. Then you're going to need to add at least 2 effects and label them. So I'll show you how to where the effects are and how to label them. I'll also show you the envelope tool. The goal, though, is to enhance the song, not distort it. And here's a link to the Audacity effects and what each effect does. So now I'm not necessarily worried about enhancing the song. I'm more interested in teaching you about the effects or how to apply an effect and how to label an effect and how to use the envelope tool. So going back here, let's go back to the beginning and listen. Okay, so he doesn't actually start singing until here. So let's go ahead and do one effect. So all I've done is I've clicked where I've wanted what I've wanted to change the effect of, and I've gone up here to effects, and I'm gonna fade in. So now I can skip to the start and I can listen to that fade in. Okay, so we heard it fade in. So let's talk about a couple of different effects that we can do. This is a list of all of the effects. Fade in and fade out are very popular. Changing the speed or tempo, those are popular. You know, using a repeat. These are all very popular. So let's look really quick though at the link to the Audacity effects and see if we can pick one more out. So to change the tempo, changes the speed without changing its pitch. Changing the speed changes its pitch. Changing the pitch changes the pitch without changing its tempo. Let's see, what else? Those are the ones. Echoes. Echo is a really fun one. Repeats the selected audio again and again, normally softer each time. The delay time between each repeat is fixed with no pause in between. Invert flips it where you hear the music more than you hear the vocal. It's occasionally useful to remove the vocal, like if you wanted to make a karaoke track. Let's see what else. Reverb gives it ambiance or a hall effect where it kind of sounds like it's in a really big room. Wah-wah is just fun. I like the wah-wah. Anyway, so let's go back to the Rick Astley and let's just start playing from here. See what. Okay, let's go a little bit further back to the beginning of that. Okay, so here's what you are going to do. You're going to zoom in. Oops. But don't zoom past where you've got more than a second at a time. Because then it just moves too fast, and I mean, you don't need to be that specific. So let's listen and see if we can find where he says desert you. That's where we want to apply the next effect, or I want to apply my next effect. Okay, so desert you happens close. Yeah. So, oops, we're gonna pause it. We're gonna leave this. We're gonna remember where this is. This arrow is 42, almost 42 and a half. And we're gonna stop because that's the only way that you can make anything work. And we're going to highlight this. So we'll just highlight that much of it. And then we're going to apply the effect. Let's make sure that this is highlighted, because it just can't be highlighted up here. It has to be highlighted down here too. We're going to apply the effect. Let's do repeat, number of times to repeat, and I know we said we do echo, but this one's going to be easier to tell. Preview. Sometimes the preview is a great thing, sometimes it's not. Let's just click OK. So it repeats that 10 times. So here is what that sounds like. Now, as funny as and awesome as that is, we've also made our song over 3 minutes again. So you have to be careful. Let me show you one more thing to show you is I need to show you the envelope tool, which is this one. So if I click this, you can now see that there's this gray and a lighter gray. And so if we go somewhere in here, just pick another random spot. Let's go further down in the song. I can adjust the volume. So I can click and drag it in, or actually just click and create a point. Click and create another point. Click and create another point. And then you can drag that in to decrease and increase the volume. So see, that comes out and then it comes back in more to normal. And so let's preview what that sounds like. So you can kind of hear the difference, but you can definitely make it more dramatic when you put that to work for yourself. So we've worked with audience noise and cutting. We want to keep our song under 3 minutes. We want to do any additional cuts we need to do. Add at least 2 effects. Oh, we haven't labeled them yet. Use the envelope tool, and then here's the Audacity effects. So let's label these tools. Okay, so to label something, let's go back to our selection tool and let's select from here to here where we did that, and we're going to go to tracks, add label at selection. And see right here, you've got a box that you can start typing in. And what did we do? We did repeat 10 times. And then we can go down here to where we enveloped it, which is in here somewhere. Well, I need to do a little more looking at that to try to figure out what's going on with that. But anyways, that's how you add your label. Again, that was tracks, add label at selection. Finally, you want to file, export as a WAV or as an MP3. Name it, your name and the song, and click Save. Upload it to your drive and submit it to Canvas. And that's it.